boxing world is watching closely as Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson sharpen themselves into peak form ahead of their January 31st showdown, fully committed to presenting the most dangerous version of themselves on fight night.
Teofimo in a heavy bag for Shakur. You see these gloves right here? These are heavy bag gloves. These are the same gloves I got my son Walker. This shit right here help you build your power, your strength. You feel me? All come from leg work. It's going to be a great fight January 3rd.
Lopez has adopted a rigorous training routine, pushing himself through relentless rounds designed to refine his offense and defensive reactions. The footage coming out of camp reflects a fighter who is fully aware of the scale of the test ahead and is completely invested in the process. With an unbeaten, highly technical opponent waiting on the other side, that understanding continues to drive a focused and unforgiving preparation.
Yeah, I'll get to here, but it's not gonna be another stop. Stop. Yeah. Sure. That's gonna make him hit back here, and he can walk. Yeah. Yep.
As fight night draws near, attention also turns to Stevenson's preparation for the 140-pound showdown with Lopez. Fans and analysts are eager to see how he's approaching the camp, and behind the scenes, his training highlights the focus, intensity, and tactical adjustments he's making to assert dominance and chase a career-defining victory. On the other hand, Lopez enters this moment with an impressive resume, having stacked up 22 victories with only a single setback, including a long list of stoppage wins that highlight his finishing instincts. His most recent outing ended with a decision victory on the much-debated Times Square card in May, and regardless of the noise surrounding that night, he handled his business and moved forward. That win kept him firmly in the title picture, but what lies ahead is a far more complex challenge, as he prepares to face a masterful defensive operator who has yet to be truly figured out inside the ring.
You just said, though, you said that you ready to pull an upset. So you acknowledging that Shakur is the better fighter?
Never.
No.
You just said that. You said the upset.
Well, I say the odds are probably has him ahead.
No, yeah, it's just the odds. They got him as the favorite.
Oh,
right
got
now.
you.
The odds I think is like 3-1 right now.
Okay.
So that's all.
All right.
I'm kind of used to being in that position, so I'm just here to reclaim them and redefend them.
So with that upset, like, what do you plan to like exploit about Shakur in the ring?
That is, defense is not as impeccable as people mention it.
Nah, it's impeccable. It's pretty elite. Come on, Teofimo. It's pretty elite.
No. Well, that's what I say. Like,
what is his weakness, though, if there's one?
his mind. Once you penetrate the mind, that's it. It's game. This is boxing. This has always been since forever. And if your mind ain't strong in this, it's never gonna accomplish anything in life.
Shifting the focus to Lopez's training, experts analyzed how he plans to handle all 12 rounds against Stevenson. Keith Colin emphasized the need for unpredictability, mixing up his attacks, and gradually seizing control. Strategies that could keep Stevenson off balance while setting Lopez up to take command as the fight progresses.
Teo just gotta keep being different. You know, he gotta keep, in boxing, he's got 12 rounds. It's a long time. You gotta go into a fight understanding, like, all right, cool. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna keep showing this person different looks. It might not work, or he might hit me, but I don't want to get him comfortable with the look, or keep giving him one look that's gonna allow me to win the fight. It's like, all right, I'm gonna give him one look, and I'm gonna give him a little bit what he wants to see, but I'm gonna keep going back to it, and then by the later rounds, that's when I'm gonna just, take over and assert my dominance.
Building on his earlier points, Keith stressed what could give Lopez the edge. He explained that discipline, varied punches, tight defense, and smart, calculated movements would be essential, simple, yet effective strategies that could make Lopez a constant threat and keep Stevenson guessing throughout the bout.
I feel like that's the key. That's the key to his victory, is keep giving Shakur different looks and being disciplined, man. That's the main thing, is be disciplined. shoot your jab, put your other hand up, shoot your right hand, put the other hand up, don't curl, you know, like just a little annoying stuff.
Looking closer at fighter matchups and styles, experts weighed in with their predictions for the showdown. Ben Whitaker highlighted Stevenson's experience and adaptability against Lopez's athleticism and knockout power, emphasizing that the combination of their skills and track records makes this an intensely competitive and compelling fight.
I'm gonna go with my boy Shakur. I just think you just keep the distance, keep it clean, bite when he needs to, box when he needs to. But I do like Lopez. He's very athletic. He knows how to box, and I think when he's an occasion like this, he does rise to it. But I just think Shakur's been around the world as an amateur as well as a pro. I think he's more of a seasoned fighter. I'd say Wood maybe. I think they've both been a bit inactive, but I'd say Wood. I think he's a bigger puncher. I think he might just clip him in a Sugar Nunes. I was out in Japan. That's actually where I met Inoue at that fight. I'd never watched him before until then. He's relentless. He can hit hard. He's a small target. I'll go with Nunes. You gotta go with Shields. I think she's ticked every box as a pro and amateur. I think the fought before, she's beat her, so I think he'll be 2-0.
Meanwhile, Conor Benn goes against the prevailing opinion by siding with Lopez, not because of technical breakdowns, but because of what he believes shows up when fights get uncomfortable. He points to Lopez's mindset, suggesting that grit and resolve can matter most once the rounds pile up and the pressure becomes overwhelming. Even after spending time exchanging ideas and philosophies with Stevenson in training environments, Ben still leans toward Lopez, convinced that mentality and fighting spirit could be the difference when the fight reaches its most demanding moments.
Talking about good promoters, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, I need your thoughts. That's a great fight. So what's your thoughts on that fight?
I'm running with we'll see what Shakur's made of. I feel like I would back Teo. I'd back Teo.
Andre Ward also weighed in on the fight, highlighting Stevenson's high ring IQ and fluid movement, which allow him to control the flow of each round. He contrasted that with Lopez, who possesses explosive power and a solid stance. But Ward pointed out that the fighter often appears most at ease when facing less challenging opponents.
Teo knows it's going to be a real fight. Shakur knows it's going to be a real fight. And I look at Shakur like a fighter who has a blank canvas. He's got the IQ, he got the experience, and the athleticism and the skill set where he can paint any type of picture he wants to on a blank canvas. When I look at Teofimo Lopez, he's almost that. He has a blank canvas, but he needs an outline on what to draw and what to paint inside the line. Now, every now and again, he'll go away from the outline that he has and he'll do something dope and you'll be like, oh, that was cool. That wasn't on the outline right there. But I don't think that he can create on the fly like a Shakur Stevenson. But what he does bring to the table and what Shakur does have to deal with is explosive power, quick twitch, muscles, and the type of punches that he likes to throw.
Moreover, from Buddy McGirt's point of view, this matchup does not present much uncertainty. With decades spent shaping elite fighters, his opinion holds real influence within the sport, and he believes Stevenson sits at the very top of this weight class right now. In McGirt's eyes, that gap in overall ability is enough to clearly separate Stevenson from the rest of the field heading into this fight. Buddy McGirt said, "It's gonna be a good fight. I'm glad it's finally happening. It's a good fight in boxing where you've got two very skilled fighters. I love Teofimo. I picked him to beat Lomachenko, but I just think Shakur's on another level." Shane Mosley shared that he's leaning towards Stevenson, seeing in him the same kind of youthful talent that caught his attention early in his own career. He highlighted Stevenson's sharp, active style as a compelling contrast to Lopez's raw, power-focused approach, making the fight an intriguing clash of skills and strength.
He's moving around, he's a little bit bigger, but I don't know. I mean, I think Fimo might be a little bit more, Shakur might be a little bit more, quicker and a little taller, a little rangier, a little bit more smarter, maybe.
Jack Mosley also offered his perspective as well, praising Lopez's aggressive style and willingness to bring the fight to his opponents. He noted Lopez's imposing size, but pointed out that Stevenson holds the advantage in speed and reach. To Mosley, the matchup comes down to a clear clash of physical tools and timing, making it a fascinating contest to watch.
I'm going with Stevenson.
Why is that, Jack?
Because he's a hell of a boxer. He's bad. He reminds me of Shane. I met him when he was 6 or 7 years old. I met him. I said, man, that dude reminds me of Shane. Here he is, boxing around like Shane. Shane's an attacker, though. He attacks, too.
Right. And he's a
Shane was hit with
southpaw.
power.
Furthermore, Gary Antoine Russell provides a unique angle, speaking as a reigning WBA super lightweight champion who could eventually face the winner of this bout. He frames the fight as a true pick'em, with both fighters displaying the confidence required at the highest level. Russell highlights the contrasts in their approach. Lopez brings raw athleticism, power, and a strategic mindset, while Stevenson relies on sharp fight IQ and technical precision, traits that have kept him undefeated and allowed him to handle every challenge so far.
It's hot right now, this fight, your fight coming up, you know, maybe one of the biggest ones in Teofimo versus Shakur. Just looking at that fight stylistically, how does it play out in the ring?
It's 50-50, you know. In order for you to participate in this sport, you gotta have a high level of confidence. I feel like both of them has a high level of confidence, Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, but styles make fights. Naturally, I think Teofimo Lopez is stronger than Shakur. Naturally, I think he has more athleticism than Shakur, and he got a good IQ on the sport itself. But Shakur, I feel like he's a more smarter fighter. He's a more technical fighter. You know, I'm not saying that he's a square or he's just a textbook fighter, but he's seasoned, he's poised. I feel like mentally he's more mature. Like, he don't go outside of the boundaries on taking risks. So a lot of times you'll see him fight somebody that could be stiff competition, and it'll wind up being a boring fight to a degree. You know, that's why everybody was criticizing him for, oh, he's a boring fighter. He's a careful fighter.
Teddy Atlas also breaks down this matchup by highlighting the stark contrasts between the two fighters. He notes that Stevenson relies on precision and technical mastery, using skill and defense to create problems for anyone in the ring. Lopez, on the other hand, brings raw explosiveness and knockout power, capable of changing the fight in an instant, forcing opponents to stay wary at all times. Both fighters are versatile, able to adjust tactics and operate at multiple ranges as needed. But Atlas stresses that Lopez's power remains a game-changing factor that can't be ignored. At the same time, he points to Stevenson's performance against William Zepeda as proof of growth, showing how the champion can blend defense with calculated aggression to add new layers to his style.
Teofimo showed you that he can fight inside, he can fight outside. He would have the advantage of power in this fight. You know one thing that I love about this fight, Bud? Shakur's very athletic, very talented. So is Teofimo. He's more explosive with power, but Teofimo is very athletic. He is very talented. You got two athletic guys, two talented guys. Again, Teofimo I would favor with the power. This is going to be interesting. I'll give you my breakdown. I'll give you my pick when it gets closer and I do all my film work. But I'll tell you, it's a lot to like about these two athletic, talented fighters.
Sean Porter breaks down this fight from his experience as both a former champion and a seasoned analyst, seeing a matchup that's far more even than it might appear at first glance. He points out that Lopez can sometimes sabotage himself with questionable choices or a reluctance to adapt mid-fight, while Stevenson hasn't shown clear flaws that can be systematically exploited. Critics who complain about Stevenson's pace or output, Porter argues, miss the point entirely. His calculated style is exactly what makes him so dangerous inside the ring.
It's so hard, man. On Teo's best day, he's kind of unstoppable. I don't know if it's that he gets in his own way. I don't know if it's that he doesn't adjust well. I'm really not sure what it is, but we've seen flaws in his game. We haven't seen any flaws in Shakur's game. Everyone would say his offense is his flaw because he's not offensive enough and stuff like that. Just get out of here. The kid's beautiful. When he gets in the ring, beautiful. When he gets out of the ring, that smile don't change at all, you know? And, so that being said, man, I think with Shakur, you got to be able to rough him up. You got to be able to get out of the way of what's coming after you rough him up. And one thing that I really like about Teo is his explosiveness. You know, he has the ability to just be on top of you and be unpredictable. If he's using that, it's gonna be a great fight. But at the moment, I would say 60-40 for Shakur.
Meanwhile, Tim Bradley leaves little room for debate when breaking down this matchup, seeing it as a clear win for Stevenson from his perspective. He frames his take almost as a message to Lopez, emphasizing that stepping in with another once-in-a-generation talent brings challenges unlike anything he has faced so far. Bradley points out that the tape has already been dissected, not just by analysts, but by Stevenson himself, and he believes that level of preparation means the game plan is already in place. In his view, Stevenson enters the fight with a deep understanding of Lopez's habits, giving him clear openings to capitalize on once the moment arrives.
Teofimo Lopez, you're not beating Shakur Stevenson. You're not. No. I know your habits. He knows your habits. He sees already how to beat you. He knows already how to beat you. I told y'all when Crawford told me, he's like, Tim, ain't no way he can beat me. I've already processed this. Same thing with Shakur Stevenson. He's that type of dude. Shoot, that last fight didn't convince y'all? Y'all, because y'all don't know what y'all looking at. See, a lot of y'all be going to these goofies channels and y'all be listening to these goofies. Come here and get the real. Come here and get the real, man. You ain't gotta subscribe. Just look, just get the information. Get the information from me, cause I'ma give it to you 100. Teofimo Lopez, you don't think Shakur gonna be able to see that forward shift with the right hand and then coming with that looping left hook? You don't think he gonna be able to see that? Oh, how about that double right hand you like to throw against the southpaw? Yeah. Oh, that level change and you come up with that left hook. Man, come on, bro. This is too easy. This is too easy.
This clash promises everything fans love about elite boxing. Two top-tier fighters with contrasting styles finally settling the debate in the ring. Experts remain split, with strong arguments for both sides. Lopez carries explosive power and a warrior's mentality capable of turning a fight in an instant, while Stevenson brings technical precision and defensive mastery that has left every challenger frustrated. Insights from trainers, former champions, and fellow fighters only deepen the intrigue, underscoring that this matchup could swing either way, depending on who imposes their strategy first.